we attacking, better stand back and watch her run. Shotgun come with the option. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in a slot, tryna bend the corner.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
On a warm late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's to the veteran tight end, Carter Landry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 82 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Again, he's got that man Landry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the pass.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
They'll look to throw again. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he will have a Ravens 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown. Marquise Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Oh,
yeah, that's how we do it.
All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Elijah Moore, 75 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. After right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So that'll back them up 5. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Here's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson going to keep it running right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And finally brought down at the 38. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going deep here for Landry. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him, and now it's third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Uncorks one for Davis. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now is it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. John Franklin Myers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They've got the lead, and certainly a big reason why some of these catches we take a look at right now.
And I've seen it so many times that when units start to play really well, they feed off of each other and play even better. And they're making every catch possible. Contested, non-contested, easy.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
Do you think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Well, he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And Andrews lost the football. And the Jets have recovered.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Jets! Carter Landry, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The extra point up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. But just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with a home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting Jaguars. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens football trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So it's a turnover there on a lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now back to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they run the option on second down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Finding room inside the 40. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Tackle by Ashton Davis up from the secondary. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now Jackson. Steps away. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Looking left side. Inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 2nd and 2. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's caught by Landry. He's touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets are on their way to a 2-0 start. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week. Without a doubt, the head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Jackson now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Jets, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been...
I was talking with my crew before the show. By the way, best production team in the biz, or at least that's what they tell me to say. Anyway, I think it's worth discussing on air for this podcast the new Nike commercial. They did.
today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It will come out to the 25. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Throwing Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. A big play there for the Patriots. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Jones. That swung out wide to Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 20 carries, 74 yards. On second down at 4, Jones.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them.
And his first carry, he loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here are the Jets now backed up to start their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he's off to a tremendous start here through 2 weeks of the season. Already 9 touchdown passes. Everyone wants to come out and generate a little momentum. He's done that and more, no question about it.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They're going to look to throw. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
And this one too low. Here's 2nd and 10. Landry again the intended target, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Man, that ain't made no sense.
To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Pats have taken the early lead. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. Now the defense going to use the first of their time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Carter now on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he's brought down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Well, Carter Landry maybe doesn't have the speed he once had in his Longhorn days, but he showed a nice little burst after that catch.
Almost like he had a little bit of a throwback there, huh, partner? Because while he was never really a burner, he did have the ability to outrun linebackers. And here, as you described, he looked like the 2014 Carter Landry. And he rumbled for a big gain.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
They'll look to throw again. And that's caught by Landry for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. He gets it complete to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jones. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he will have a Patriots 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
That catch good for only a couple. From the 27, Jones. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Jones. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Jets are now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on second down. Jones. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
The final shot before break. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Ronald Jones with 2 touchdowns there. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Davis. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They run with Harris, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's Jones on 3rd down. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the 1st down.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Patriots add on to their lead. Sly on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.